The arena was enormous. It floated inside a neutral space station, far from any single empire's control. The ceiling stretched so high it looked like the sky. Bright white lights shone down on a wide circle of red combat sand. Tall metal walls surrounded the arena, covered with banners from many alien races. Thousands of beings filled the seats. Some had scales, some had fur, some had metal skin or glowing eyes. All of them had come for the same reason: combat. Here, strength decided everything. In this place, power meant respect. Weakness meant shame. Ritual combat was not just entertainment. It was tradition. Warriors fought to prove their race was worthy. Those who lost were mocked. Those who won were remembered. Today was supposed to be simple. A human delegation sat in one section of the arena. They were quiet. They did not cheer. They did not boast. Most aliens barely noticed them. Humans were not taken seriously. They were known as a soft race, a young race, one that relied on machines, not bodies. Aliens whispered that humans could not survive real combat without weapons or armor. Fragile, some said. Slow, others laughed. Only one human stood. His name was Ethan. He did not look impressive. He was average in height. His body was lean, not bulky. His face showed no anger, no fear, no pride. He stood with his hands relaxed at his sides, wearing simple clothing and a light jacket. He looked like someone waiting in a line, not a fighter about to face death. Across the arena, heavy footsteps echoed. A massive alien warrior stepped forward. He was tall, wide, and covered in thick armored scales. Long claws curved from his hands. His jaw was full of sharp teeth, and his yellow eyes glowed with confidence. This was the champion. He had defeated dozens of fighters from many races. Bones and scars marked his body. The crowd roared when they saw him. The champion lifted his arms and laughed loudly. "So this is the human?" he said, his voice booming through the arena. "This is who you send?" More laughter followed. He walked closer to Ethan, towering over him. "I demand a fair fight," the alien said proudly. The word fair made the crowd cheer even louder. Rules were announced at once. No weapons for either side. No armor advantages. No special technology. No outside help. Just bodies. Just skill. The aliens believed this was kindness. They believed this made the fight balanced. Ethan listened without reaction. An official approached him and spoke quietly. "You can refuse," the official said. "No shame will follow." Ethan shook his head once. "I accept," he said. His voice was calm, flat, almost bored. He removed his jacket slowly and placed it beside the arena wall. Then he stepped onto the sand, barefoot. The alien champion smiled wider. "Good," he said. "I was worried you might cry." The crowd laughed again. Ethan did not respond. The champion began to circle him, dragging his claws through the sand. He showed off his strength, flexing his arms, cracking his neck. "Look at him," the alien said to the crowd. "He does not even shake." The alien leaned closer and lowered his voice so only Ethan could hear. "Try not to die too fast, human," he whispered. For the first time, Ethan moved his head. He looked up. His eyes were steady, calm, empty of fear. Not angry, not proud, just focused. The arena grew quiet. Somehow, without understanding why, the crowd felt it. The fight had not even started yet, and something had already changed. The signal horn sounded. The fight had begun. The alien champion did not rush forward. He walked slowly, enjoying the moment. Each heavy step pressed deep into the red sand. He wanted the crowd to see his size, his strength, his control. Ethan stood still. His feet were planted lightly on the ground. His arms hung loose at his sides. His breathing was slow and steady, as if this was not a fight at all. The alien laughed again. "You are brave," the champion said. "Or stupid. I will find out soon." He suddenly lunged forward. The speed shocked the audience. For such a large body, the alien moved fast. His clawed hand swung toward Ethan's head with enough force to break bone. Gasps filled the arena. At the last possible moment, Ethan moved. He did not jump back. He did not block. He stepped aside. Just one small step. The claws cut through empty air. The alien stumbled forward, confused. His attack had missed completely. He turned quickly, surprised but still smiling. The crowd laughed again. though this time the sound was nervous. "Lucky," someone shouted. The alien growled and attacked again, faster now. He threw another heavy strike, then another, then another. His claws ripped through the air, each blow strong enough to kill. Ethan avoided them all. He moved smoothly, calmly, always just out of reach. His steps were small. His body turned at the perfect angles. He did not waste energy. The alien's smile slowly faded. "Stand still," the champion roared. He charged forward with his full weight, trying to crush Ethan beneath him. Ethan shifted his stance and placed one hand against the alien's arm, not to stop it, but to guide it. The massive body rushed past him and slammed into the arena wall. The impact shook the entire structure. The crowd fell silent. Dust drifted down from the ceiling. The alien pushed himself away from the wall, breathing hard now. His confidence cracked for the first time. "How?" he muttered. Across the arena, commentators spoke in low voices. "The human is not faster," one said. "He is earlier," another replied. The alien champion snarled and charged again, rage replacing pride. He swung wildly, trying to overwhelm the human with power. Ethan still did not attack. He watched. He waited. The alien grew more tired with every missed strike. His breathing became loud. His movements lost balance. Anger made him careless. Ethan noticed everything. A weak step. A slow recovery. A moment where the alien's guard dropped. The crowd leaned forward in their seats. They no longer laughed. They watched. The alien raised both arms for a crushing blow, planning to bring them down together and end the fight. This time, Ethan moved first. It was not fast. It was perfect. He stepped inside the alien's reach and turned his body sharply. His shoulder struck the alien's chest at the exact point where balance mattered most. There was a dull sound. The alien's feet left the ground. His massive body fell backward and hit the sand hard. The arena went completely silent. The alien tried to stand. He failed. One knee touched the ground, then the other. His hand shook as he pushed against the sand, confused and angry and afraid. Ethan took one step back. He did not chase. He did not celebrate. He simply waited. The alien looked up at him, eyes wide now. "What are you?" he asked. Ethan spoke calmly, his voice carrying through the quiet arena. "You asked for a fair fight," he said. The alien swallowed. And for the first time since entering the arena, the crowd began to understand. This was not a performance. This was a lesson. The alien champion forced himself back onto his feet. His chest rose and fell heavily. Dust clung to his scales. The laughter that once filled the arena was gone. In its place was a heavy silence, thick and uncomfortable. He had never felt this before. Not pain, not fear, uncertainty. The alien shook his head, trying to clear his thoughts. He told himself it was a mistake. One lucky move, nothing more. "You think you have won something?" he growled. "I was holding back." He roared and charged again. This time, he did not play. His claws struck low and fast, aiming for Ethan's legs. A direct hit would tear muscle from bone. Ethan moved, not away, forward. The crowd gasped as the human stepped into danger instead of away from it. The alien's claws passed behind him as Ethan slipped inside the strike, his body turning smoothly. Ethan's hand reached out. He grabbed the alien's wrist. The grip was firm, precise. The alien froze. No one had ever grabbed him like that before. Ethan twisted his body slightly and applied pressure in one exact direction. There was a sharp cracking sound. The alien screamed. He dropped to one knee, clutching his arm. The pain was sudden and overwhelming. His joint bent in a way it was never meant to bend. Medical alerts flashed across the arena screens. Ligament damage, joint failure, structural instability. The crowd stared in horror. The human had not punched, had not kicked, had not used brute force. He had used knowledge. Ethan released the arm and stepped back again. The alien staggered, trying to regain balance. His breath came in short, broken gasps. He looked at his arm in disbelief, as if it belonged to someone else. "You tricked me," he snarled weakly. Ethan shook his head. "No," he said calmly. "You rushed." The alien screamed in anger and charged once more, using his uninjured arm. He swung wildly, rage driving his movements. Ethan waited. Then, in one smooth motion, he stepped to the side and struck. A short movement, no wasted energy. His elbow hit the alien's chest. Note hard, not loud. The alien froze mid-step. His eyes widened. He took 3 slow steps forward and collapsed face first into the sand. The arena erupted not with cheers, but with shocked silence. The alien tried to move. His body refused. Medical data flashed again. Breathing restricted. Nervous system overloaded. Motor response failing. The champion was still alive. But the fight was over. Ethan stood still, watching to make sure the alien did not rise again. His face showed no victory, no anger, no pride. Only control. Security drones hovered closer, unsure if they should intervene. The officials looked at one another, confused and afraid. This was supposed to be fair, one of them whispered. Across the arena, a human officer spoke quietly. It was, he said. You just did not understand the rules. The crowd began to murmur. Whispers spread through the seats like a wave. How did he do that? He barely touched him. That was not strength. That was precision. The alien lay still, breathing slowly now. His eyes turned toward Ethan. I yield, he said weakly. The words shocked the arena. The champion had never yielded before. Ethan nodded once. The medical teams rushed forward. As they lifted the fallen warrior, the alien reached out weakly. Why? He asked. Why did you not kill me? Ethan looked down at him. Because you stopped fighting, he said. The alien closed his eyes. The announcer hesitated, then spoke with a trembling voice. Victory to the human. The words echoed through the arena. Not cheers followed, only silence. Because everyone there now understood one terrifying truth. The human had not even shown his full strength yet. The arena did not erupt in celebration. It stayed quiet, too quiet. The medical teams carried the alien champion away on floating stretchers. His massive body looked smaller now, weaker, as if the fight had taken something more than strength from him. Ethan stood alone on the sand. He had not raised his arms. He had not bowed. He had not spoken another word. He simply waited, calm and still, as if the fight had never mattered to him. Around the arena, aliens shifted uncomfortably in their seats. They were no longer laughing. Large screen panels lit up with medical data. Officials had not meant for the crowd to see it, but it was too late. Bone stress far beyond normal limits. Muscle density higher than recorded standard. Reaction timing measured in fractions of a second. The numbers did not make sense. A group of alien scientists argued loudly near the control area. These readings are wrong, one said. No race can survive that level of strain, another replied. But the human did, a third whispered. The commentators returned to their microphones, their voices tense. This was not a display of raw power, one said carefully. It was efficiency, another added. And restraint? The first replied. The word restraint spread through the crowd like a cold wind. Restraint meant the human had chosen not to end the fight faster. Fear followed that thought. Other alien warriors began to stand. Some had come to challenge the human next. Now, they hesitated. One by one, they stepped back. A senior arena official approached Ethan with caution, keeping a safe distance. The challenge is complete, the official said. You may leave the arena. Ethan nodded. As he turned to walk away, a low voice echoed from the medical platform. Human. The alien champion had not fully lost consciousness. His eyes were open, filled not with anger, but with something new, understanding. Ethan stopped and looked back. You could have killed me, the alien said. In the first moments. Yes, Ethan replied simply. Why didn't you? The alien asked. Ethan paused. Because you wanted a fair fight, he said. And you stopped being a threat. The alien closed his eyes. The crowd heard every word. Something changed in that moment. The story was no longer about a fight. It was about choice. As Ethan left the arena, alien warriors moved aside to make space. No one blocked his path. No one insulted him. Some lowered their heads without realizing it. The human delegation stood as he returned. They said nothing. They did not smile. They already knew who he was. Outside the arena, the noise returned slowly. Voices rose. Arguments broke out. Fear and disbelief mixed together. In private chambers, leaders watched replays of the fight again and again. He didn't rely on strength, one said. He used timing, another answered. He used gravity, a third added. He used us, someone whispered. A military analyst paused the footage. "Look here," he said. The human waited. Every time. He did not rush. He let the opponent reveal weakness. Silence followed. "That is not how warriors fight," the analyst continued. "That is how predators hunt." The word predator was never meant for humans, yet no one argued. A message began spreading across the station. Then beyond it. It passed through ships, systems, and worlds. Humans are not weak. Humans are restrained. Humans come from a death world. As the station drifted quietly through space, one truth settled into every mind that had witnessed the fight. The human had not needed anger. He had not needed hate. He had only needed permission to move. And once he did, everything changed. The space station did not sleep that cycle. News of the fight spread faster than any official report. Clips of the humans' movements were replayed again and again across private screens, command rooms, and hidden networks. Every time the footage played, it caused the same reaction. Silence. Alien leaders paused the video at different moments, searching for tricks or hidden technology. They found none. No weapons, no armor, new enhancements, just a human body moving with perfect control. In a private council chamber, representatives from several powerful races argued loudly. "This must be an exception," one leader said. "One rare human," another shook his head. "The medical scans do not support that. His body is not unusual for his species." "That makes it worse," someone whispered. Military analysts studied the fight carefully. They slowed it down frame by frame. "The human waited," one analyst said. "He never rushed. He allowed the champion to attack first every time," another added. "Yes," the first replied. "Because the human was never afraid of the attack." Fear filled the room. If humans were not afraid, then the balance of power was wrong. Back on the station, alien warriors avoided the training halls. Those who had planned to challenge the human quietly canceled their requests. Some left the station entirely. Ethan stayed in his quarters. He did not give interviews. He did not speak to reporters. He cleaned his hands, changed his clothes, and rested. To him, the fight was over. To the galaxy, it was just beginning. A young alien cadet watched the footage alone in his room. His hand shook slightly. "They said humans were weak," he whispered. He replayed the moment where Ethan stepped forward instead of back. "That wasn't bravery," the cadet said slowly. "That was certainty." Elsewhere, a warlord from a distant system slammed his claws into a table. "Why did no one warn us?" he roared. An advisor answered carefully, "Humans rarely fight without reason." The warlord froze. What reason did this one have? The advisor hesitated. "He was challenged." The word challenge carried new meaning now. Across human space, the story spread quietly. Humans did not celebrate loudly. They did not boast. They had seen this before. An older human officer watched the replay and nodded. "He held back," the officer said. "Good." A younger soldier looked confused. "Held back? He won easily." The officer smiled slightly. "That wasn't a killing move," he said. "That was a warning." Back on the station, the alien champion finally woke in a medical chamber. His arm was secured in a healing frame. His body ached, but his mind was clear. He remembered everything. The calm eyes, the simple movements. The moment he realized he could not win, a healer asked softly, "Do you wish to report the human for excessive force?" The champion laughed weakly. "No," he said. He showed mercy. The healer stared in shock. "Mercy?" he asked. "Yes," the champion replied. "And that is what frightens me." When the champion was later interviewed, he said only one sentence. "I asked for a fair fight. I did not understand what that meant." That sentence spread across the networks faster than any propaganda. Soon, a new phrase appeared in alien discussions: Deathworld human, a species shaped by high gravity, constant danger, and endless struggle. A species that learned restraint because survival demanded it. The arena reopened days later. The sand was cleaned. The walls were repaired. The banners still hung high. But something was different. No one laughed as loudly. No one mocked weaker races. And when a human walked through the crowd, any human alien stepped aside. Not out of hatred. Not out of fear alone. But out of respect. Ethan eventually left the station. No farewell ceremony followed him. No medals. No applause. He preferred it that way. As his ship departed, one final message echoed through the station's networks, spoken quietly but heard everywhere. They wanted a fair fight, until the human moved. And the galaxy listened. The story did not fade with time. It grew. Across the galaxy, the fight in the arena became a turning point. Military schools studied it. Political councils argued about it. Ordinary beings whispered about it in markets and ships. Not because a human had won, but because of how he had won. On distant worlds, alien commanders rewrote combat rules. New training manuals were created. Defensive doctrines were changed. All because one human had moved. Ethan returned to human space quietly. His ship docked at a small station, far from the crowds and news networks. He carried no trophies. No scars from the fight marked his body. To him, life continued as normal. He trained. He rested. He lived. But the galaxy did not forget. Months later, a major conflict broke out near a border system. A powerful alien empire demanded dominance, confident in their warriors and weapons. They sent an ultimatum to the humans: submit or fight. The human response was short. "We prefer peace." The alien leaders laughed. They remembered old reports. Humans were weak. Humans relied on machines. Humans avoided direct combat. Then someone played the arena footage. The room went silent. The leader of the empire leaned forward. "That human," he said slowly. "Was he special?" An advisor answered truthfully. "No, leader." He was restrained. The leader felt something cold move through his body. Negotiations resumed the next day. Peace followed. Back on the neutral space station, the arena still stood. New fighters entered. New champions rose and fell. But one rule was quietly added. Humans may not be challenged without council approval. No announcement explained why. None was needed. The alien champion who had fought Ethan eventually returned to combat, though never again with arrogance. He trained differently now. He watched more. He attacked less. When younger warriors asked him what it was like to face a human, he answered honestly. "It was like fighting something that already knew the ending," he said. One day, a young alien asked him, "Were you afraid?" The champion thought carefully. "Yes," he said, "but not at the start." "Then when?" "When I realized he could stop whenever he wanted." That truth changed everything. Ethan's name faded from the public story over time. Humans did not build statues for him. They did not sing songs. They did not need to. Among humans, his actions were understood. Strength was not meant to be shown without purpose. Power was not meant to dominate, only to protect or end danger. Ethan had done both. Years later, a human child watched a documentary about the arena fight. She looked at the screen, eyes wide. "Was that man a hero?" she asked her father. The father smiled gently. "No," he said. "He was just human." The child frowned. "But he beat everyone." "Yes," the father replied, "because he didn't want to." The child thought about that. Far away, on worlds humans had never visited, alien children learned a new lesson. They learned that humans were not loud warriors. They were not cruel conquerors. They were not fragile beings. They were survivors. A race born on a world that tried to kill them every day. A race that learned control because losing control meant death. And when the galaxy finally understood this truth, it changed how wars were fought and how peace was chosen. The story ended where it began, with a simple sentence, spoken in many languages now. They wanted a fair fight until the Deathworld human moved, and no one ever made that mistake again.